What you doing, Dolly Puss? Hello, people. I'm hoping I'm not dropping out on this today because I've got really, really bad internet. This is just another one of my beautiful big table mats. And Miss Dolly has decided to join me. For some reason, the kitties just love this room. So, off the table, Miss Dolly, which she doesn't like. So please feel free to share this broadcast, whether you are looking at Facebook groups, or YouTube. So, hello T-Bub, hello Michelle, hi Cynthia. It's lovely to see you guys. I'm just collecting up. I've got toys everywhere. You'd really love to see. I'm just going to show you where all my toys are. So I've had toys here sitting on the chair, toys here sitting in front of me, and my unicorn charm box, and of course my big kitty teacup. Then I've got other toys behind me, toys on the wall. There is toys galore. This is my tea room. So, oh, hello, Elaine. Lovely to see you. And this is what people see when they first come into the tea room. And I use all my blank cups up there with my private clients. And the reason they are different colours is I also read colour energy, or some people have never heard of it. It's called ribbon reading. That's a whole other ball game. One of these days I will do a video on that and you can all see it all. So then I've got to have light set up in here because it bounces off the ceiling to give light. There's another kitty, but she's good and not getting on the table. That is Princess. There is a cabinet with old toys, but nice ones. Just my beautiful Bella who stands in the corner, paper roses. So that is my reading space. So let's put you back in the overhead camera, and we're working here. The notebook, actually, Michelle, Cynthia went and bought them out, so you can growl at Cynthia Graves. Yes, it is there, but I have to relist it because at the moment it will be on pre-order, and probably about 10 days to 2 weeks before I get the stock back in. So I'll put it up there and I'll relist it so you do know. The notebook one I have here. Whoops, I'll just show you. Where am I? This is the notebook one, and it's velvet, and I just love the velvet. And it's already got its so-called tea stains and bits and pieces. It's a vintage notebook, so it's even got like little ink spots and things that are dotted on it, so probably to make it look like the old days with the ink wells and the quill. So let me just have a look through there. Yeah, it is gorgeous. I love the notebook. It's one I did quite some time ago, a few years now, and it was always a very popular mat, and I never actually used it, thinking that people really not probably interested in it. I'm just going to bear with me. If the screen goes black, stay with me. I'm just turning off the notifications on it. Hang on. Right, there we go. Because otherwise it'll keep dropping notifications. So we have lots of tools, lots of play. So feel free, jump on in if you want a question. Now, the interesting thing is when you have a question, particularly if you say you're asking about career, I need to know, are you looking for a career or in a current one? Because the symbols mean so many different things. Also, if you're in a relationship, put down single or partnered, because that's what I need to know. It's a bit like entering directions into a GPS. It's the easiest way to explain. Now, what I've got here is my very large alphabet mat, and it's also got the astrology houses on the rear. So I'm going to be using this for a little bit. Pop-up. Amal, I am doing private readings normally, But at the moment, no. I decided to take a very long, well-earned break while we are in very severe COVID lockdowns. And I thought, I'm just going to take the time and create some more space and some goodies, because I've been working on other goodies as well. So, anyone up for a question? Now, I'm just going to have a quick flick through. Yes, I'll stock the mats, Kez. It's about, like I said, 10 days to 2 weeks. Not dropping here. Lovely to see you, Wilma. Yes, these are beautiful mats. So, does anyone want to... Oh, I can see a question. First question too, Connie's asking the eye in the middle. The eye in the middle, because with this mat you get this lovely little spoon pendulum. It's just a little tiny one. I'll just leave that on its cardboard. Hang on. The eye in the middle is used for mediumship. Now, I have a whole course that when people purchase this course, they have access to a 50% off voucher. Now, you don't have to do the course if you are quite comfortable in doing so, but the course really goes in very, very deep about all the alphabets and all the numbers and all the symbols, because there's even 4 corners on this mat. So we've got a bat on that corner, we've got a book on that corner. Top here we have the moon, and this one here is the sun. So it is a whole thing in itself. But the eye in the middle is when you use a pendulum. Now, this is just my favourite pendulum. It's one my brother made me, my eldest brother, Vernon. And it's made of, I'm born and raised in Tasmania, and it's actually made of what's called King Billy pine, which is a very rare rainforest. Oops, I pulled my chain out, hang on. So you can actually, this one, you can actually turn that upside down if I wanted to have it that way. Whoops, and then I screw the cap on. That's if I just wanted to change on it. Like I said, this is wood turned of King Billy pine, but the brass on here also, they're not something you can buy. He's actually got a metal turning lathe, and he has made the brass in this from the inside spigot, it's called, of a garden tap or garden faucet for our American people. So I love it. I did used to sell them, but people didn't want to pay for the craftsmanship, so I didn't list them. So the eye in this mat, when we use a pendulum, is we centre over it if we are trying to connect to spirit, to either your loved ones or a client's loved ones. So the first thing is we ask at the eye, is there a spirit here? Now, my pendulums, I always swing completely back to front. My pendulums, if it's a yes, swings anti-clockwise. I'm trying to get it so you can try and see it. So if I ask the question, is there spirit here? See, I'm getting a swing, which means not sure. But I would then go in, if there's spirit present, I would then go in and ask, are you female, are you male? Are you mature female or mature male? Are you a young person? And then we scatter charms of what messages there from spirit and the people who wanting to communicate to us. So now let me just go up a few ranks. Now what I'm going to do, I've got my pen and paper, but I'm also going to scribble down your name, and I will put on here, when I click on your name, it actually clicks on your profile. So I'm just going to experiment with this. Karen Jensen, where I get Karen, it pops up on the screen. So when I take it off, you disappear. So that way I've found it's easier for me to stay on track. So I'm very new to this whole streaming with this group section. So Michelle Pogus, tell you about the career, where it's going. You're currently a director for a childcare centre. So I'm putting your question up on screen, Michelle. So let me just have a look. I'm just writing, sorry if I'm wiggling. Okay, so I'm going to use this and show you how we use this as a general. So, I put my knitting needles there. Now, you want to know, you're a director of a childcare centre, and where is this going? So, you grab charms. Sorry, I must explain. When people grab charms, this is a lesson as well. Don't go in and grab this. If you've got a client who you allow them to do the sprinkle and they do this, whack them on the hand, because you'll be there forever and a day. But charm reading is often the lesser amount you gain more. So now I've just got a very big charm connection. So let's have a look. Where is this career going? So I'm just going to sprinkle a couple of times pardon me, and see what's going on for you. Now I'll turn them upright and I'll explain how we read them. So you've got the feather. The lady here would actually indicate you, which is very interesting. It's hard to see this one, but I'll hold up. It's a leaf. And it was gold, but all the stuff has chipped off it. So I'll work in clockwise. So you've also got, whoops, your sun and your moon. When we use this mat, if a charm is touching the number, alphabet or symbol, you read that. You can, if you want a charm where it hasn't touched anything, if you are not feeling confident, put it back in the pot. You don't need it. But I quite often read between the two. So don't feel nervous about reading between the two, whether it's two symbols, number, between two letters on the alphabet. So, Michelle Pogus, where is this career going? Starting here with you. The feather on there would tell me, again, you need change. Feather is often a symbol from spirit, and there would indicate to me, start listening to who is around you or who is in spirit that is guiding you. And it's very interesting because you do have the angel here, which would tell me you have someone in spirit. When I look at the symbols around the angel, touching the one there would tell me it's one person, but it's also someone who was very forthright, stand in their power, I rule type person. Now, I don't mean bullion or dogmatic, that type of thing, but it would tell me a super confident person who really commanded a presence. You've got the ring here, which tells me again, someone that you are still connected to. Your little tiny triquetra, and triquetras are a series of threes, and that can be in the traditional sense, it means Father, Son, and Holy Ghost in religion. But you can also have them about in series of threes, pros, cons, and difference. You can have anything that's series 3, past, present, future. So a triquetra there would tell me there is 3 decisions you need to make. You have, I'm coming on the outside and then I'll come on the inside again. The bird cage here would tell me you are not being heard. Bird is chatter and communication. With it in a cage tells me you keep getting cut off at the pass. Why is it that you can't get your words across? 3 here would tell me you've got brilliant long-term vision, using creativity, because it's also bringing in the energy of the number 3 for numerology. And it would tell me you need to express yourself a little more about your long-term vision and the goals that you want to. But each time I see the birdcage, it's like every time you try, someone's just slamming the door down on what you've got to say. We have here the moon and the stars. So I'm just going to clip off your name so people can hopefully see it. So, sorry, the sun and the moon together, it's a bit like yin yang. It means where there is shadow and where there is light. The 5 here represents the heart. The numbers also are timings. And when we look at this, this can be 3 days from now, something important with conversation, as is 3 weeks and 3 months. Same goes here with the 5. 5 days, 5 weeks, 5 months. Your sun and moon there would tell me, yes, you probably do need to think about where you are going in your long-term future, because 5 in numerology is the centre of a grid, which is the heart, and it's change. So there would tell me you are due for change. The Ankh symbol is a god, and it's a positive one. Touching a male would just tell me again, a male that you may look up to and honour can be very good for you. It's right near the leaf and the telephone, and the telephone indicates again about communication. It's an important conversation that you will have. The leaf here again would still indicate change, and leaf is timing for the seasons. So they would tell me you need change before the next season change. The fishbone, very interesting. Sorry, I'm just having a mouthful of my tea. The fishbone indicates you're absolutely worn out, done and dusted, burnt dry, because it means you have exhausted every bit of your energy and you feel like there's nothing more for you to give. It's on the 8. 8 is abundance number, but again would still tell me 8 days, 8 weeks, 8 months. Listen to trigger conversations. They can be, if you overhear a conversation, people even you don't know, in a line up getting your coffee. And when I see that type of abundance number, but you've got nothing left to give, tells me you need to change it. The unicorn is a lovely symbol. Everybody, he's a sparkly one. I'm going to have to show you. Glitter. If you're going to have a unicorn, he's got a glitter. So the unicorn is be the warrior. It's a what do you call it? It's a leadership. It's a very proactive sign, and it means take aim. Warrior is a unicorn. Everyone sees them as fluffy and magic, but you do need to be the strength, the warrior, hit something head on and go for it. It's on the 11, and 11 is a master number in numerology. Again, important communication, dates, times, events, 11 days, 11 weeks, 11 months. So be ready. These are not bad. The starfish, as we get close to the centre, and this here is the dragon's eye. And dragon eye, and the reason I put it there was, what's the word? Don't be afraid to tap into your deeper energies unknown. You have a starfish between your power and also the pipe. Pipe is often a mature aged man, not woman, tends to be more female. Yes, they can even be someone who literally may have smoked a pipe who has crossed over. The starfish here means regeneration. And it means no matter how many times you may get knocked down, you will stand up and come up again. So mark your timings on here, jot it down. I think I did tell you the start time. Your finish time on that is 18 minutes and 19 seconds. So I hope that helps a wee bit. Now, let me just put these back in my pot. Now I'll just try and scroll through where I can. No particular order. Connie, I probably did. If you've got this, so I'll go back in, or Lena Sandals this, so check your emails, or Etsy messages. I'll go back in if you've got this and send you the code. There's we're eating wait list, Wilma. Yeah, I know it's bad. I'm getting phone calls and emails every day, but I have to be strong and have a little bit of downtime for me as well. I've got Amal Awad. Now I'll just writing your name down, Amal, and I'm just brought your name up on screen there, and this helps me look at where you're going. So about changing focus on your career, focus on the one path in your creative work. I'm actually going to use magic and mystery. I've got lots of toys here to play with. Now, Magic and Mystery, I'm just going to take your question off screen so it doesn't block out half the screen. Magic and Mystery is an entire reading system in its own right. I just need to move that up a bit. And with it, you get mat cards, and the cards actually, mirror every symbol that is printed on the mat. The mat is washable, and as you can see, very small. And there's my starfish. And I made them small like this so you can actually just throw them in your bag. I put through the test a lot of different fabrics and so on, and this came up the winner because of the washable, the portability and so on. With this, you get cards, mat, booklet, and I've got in here little charms, and each of these little charms match this. It's just my weenie purse. So we're going to be looking at changing focus on your career. Okay, let's have a look. Curiosity is great for these very specific questions, and I'm laying these out, and as you can see, there's no particular order. I just throw them down any way I see fit. So, and yes, I'm not very good at straightening them up. Now, Elaine Trelfall, if you are there, and Elaine's like soul sister to me, and she's been in lockup longer than I have. She's a Virgo, so she's probably growling at me, saying straighten those up. Is that straight enough, Elaine? So, you also get dice with this system because it's a bit like a burlesque dancer. We reveal. I have dice. It's not these particular dice, but dice. So I'm going to start with dice. So we go 4, 5, 6. So we're going to start in position 6, which is here. Now, I really want you to pay attention to the cup colour, and we have the number sequence. So each is 1 to 6, but they are red row, green row, blue row. So we're starting in position 6, and we are layering the card with the house. The ship here is about your basically own business. Look at things that is your own creative endeavours. The bat here would tell me, though, you may be struggling a little because it means what is going on in the background that you are not seeing. So there would tell me, though, you need to probably think a little bit more outside the box and look at the path where you want to take it. Now, red cup 3, red row, number 3. We've got the camel, which tells me again, slow progression forward. But it is nice because it is in forward with the ship, which means, yes, you will, but it is a bit slower. Getting through some obstacles. Pardon me. Literally think of a camel in the hot, dry desert. No matter how difficult the road and the path may be, they've got a target journey that they will ensure they reach the target, no matter what the obstacle. Connie, can you actually send me, even through an Etsy message, so I don't forget, because I've got a head like a sieve, about the voucher. So, camel is 5. Heart, that I really love, especially if you are looking at creative endeavours, because the heart means follow that passion regardless. We go 3, ladder again. Ascension. It actually is a nice thing because it does mean where you are coming from ground level and you are climbing up, literally up the ladder. But for you to focus more on your creativity, because it's sitting on the heart, tells me climbing and ascending with your passion. So you can see how I read the 2s. 3, blue, sword. What is it, or who is it that you need to cut away? Now, when I see this here, it's almost like as you are rising, it's like who's undermining you, and it's almost like you keep getting chopped off at the ground level. So next card here is important. I love that because it tells me the cutting away is actually not a person, it's cutting away the negativity. Now, see, that has come back to our red 6. All these other cards that aren't turned over, they're totally irrelevant to our question. So when you look at starting with our chain, I'd see this, it's like writing a sentence, and there I would see this as time for change. It may be a little slower than what you are wanting, but I'd say keep that change heading, because you've got a passion, and you've got a passion that's actually going to climb. It will take you to probably heights that you didn't realize. There again, what is it? Who is it you need to cut away that keeps stopping you? It's cutting away the negativity, because bats are often shadows of the past that we're not seeing. And I'd look at that and say, time to look at them. And if it is a thought process, even someone's comment, I would look at that and say, no, it's time to flick them. It's no point. Follow your path, because your path is going to get you to the target where you are supposed to be. So I hope that helps a little bit, Dom. So this, like I said, is curiosity. I just gather up my cards. So, okay, you can throw charms over your cards even when you are done. So let me just have a look. So I'm just putting bits and pieces. I'm just scrolling through. Michelle, so I'm just reading, you recently given additional responsibility on regional level. That's good, but you do need change. Absolutely. Oops, where's my comment? Sorry. Let me just go back up. It just went blank. But if I use this mat, I'll solve those issues. I'll do that for my inspiration. Yes, Wilma. So I'm just going through. Sorry, just bear with me while I'm just reading. Brandy, you've got Brandy Wells. I'll just pop you up there on screen. You've got 2 questions in there, so it's a double-barreled question. And I actually want to see if your deceased mother is actually with us. So I'll just pull it down a little. And your mother was Susan. Now, bear with me. So I'm coming down. So let me just still. Right, just stop. Is Susan with us today? Now, I hope you can see that. We have a yes because it's swinging anti-clockwise. My yeses go anti-clockwise, my no's go clockwise, my uncertains are like a cross. Brandy, your mum is here in the room. So let's have a look what mum has to say to you. Let's have a look. Sorry, it's very noisy. All right. Okay. Sorry, I'm just going through. I'm going to start in the centre and walk out. You've got here, it's actually really lovely, the cross. Now, I don't know if you're, sorry, I'll bring it up a bit closer. Hopefully it focuses. The cross actually would tell us, again, someone in spirit. The ring here is very interesting, and it can literally answer your second question of looking into something in the spiritual realm. The ring here would indicate to me, continue. You are on a good path. A ring means continue the cycle. A ring with a diamond or any gemstone means you're onto something that is a precious commodity to you. And to see the precious commodity and the cross would tell me, follow that spiritual path. When I'm looking at the other inner circle, it's also very interesting here, and it can be quite literal. You've got the ball of yarn on the rose. When you dye this mat, you get a sheet that comes with it and tells you what all these are. Rose is a mother symbol. Pipe is a father symbol because it means the maturity. And the ball of yarn there means, again, think creative. And it can literally be your mother may have actually knitted or crocheted to do with yarn because it means creativity. And there would tell me it's like continue the journey, or that saying, how long's a piece of string? Here you've got the octopus. Hang on, he's upside down. Octopus tells me you are spreading yourself around far too thin, because it literally means you're dabbling in this, and this, and this. And yes, that may be good for a spiritual centre, but it would also mean don't burn yourself out. Concentrate on less rather than more to start with. Again, there it is, don't get caught up with other people and other people's, it's literally tentacles. Near the 10 is a good number, and you've also got it in between. It's like you've got the 4 here. You've got the 9, which is number 9 on the grid is it's the empath, it's the humanitarian, it's the caring side of you. Again, your numbers mean 9 days, 9 weeks, 9 months. 10 again, 10 days, 10 weeks, 10 months. The 10 we actually add together in numerology. So the 1 plus the 0 means 1, which tells me look at doing things, yes, that are independent, but have the confidence and strive forward. So now moving around the outer, you've got here a little rabbit, and sorry if you can see that, sorry it's out of screen. A rabbit often means come out of hiding, don't be timid, and it's almost like, yeah, I know what I want to do in that big wide world, but it's a scary big wide world. And you've got it on the mirror, and the mirror means time to hold the mirror up to yourself. Now, I don't mean like looking at me in the mirror and I think, God, I wish I had hair, or grey hair. And there would tell me, look at your life, look at where you are wanting to go. Because again, messages from your mother here is continue. Come out. You've got kangaroo, which is the nurturing side of you, and kangaroo is often about birth of children and so on, because it means stop feeling so scattered, deliver the baby, basically. The house here would again tell me the comfort, the security of what you need. There you have the star, which in a business, but again, mum's in the sky. It's like watch the star, look at what the light is and the positivity that is coming to you and your family. You've also got the feminine energy here again around. I'm going to ask the question and I'll try and find it if I can, because there would tell me you're feeling or sensing the mother everywhere you go in your home, because you've got the female energy very nurturing around the house. You've got the ring here, the charms. Again, continue the cycle. We've got the letter Q, which is a very difficult letter, but letters usually mean person, place, or thing with the letter Q. And yes, that is a very obscure letter, but just sit with it. And it could be like Quincy Street, it may be Queen Street, or it could be a building, anything with a letter Q. The other symbol that you have here is the cello. Cello and the teacups. Teacups actually means beautiful, comfortable, open chatter. It's like sitting at a restaurant table with friends. And the cello means soft peace and harmony. It is a beautiful symbol where you gain your gathering. And still, when we're talking of your mother, it's like she is speaking to you. So I'd really love to know, do you sense, feel, or do you hear? Because they would also tell me you hear. The money symbol and the spinning wheel, great symbol, continue the journey. Very interesting when we've got sort of 2 woolen or yarn symbols, which is the creativity, but keep going. It will be very abundant for you. So I hope that helps a little bit, Brandy. So let me go here. It'd be interesting to know if your mother actually knitted, crocheted, spun, all that type of thing. So, yeah, you were on the screen, Karen. There you go. Okay, anyone who has bought this, can you please send me an Etsy message and your email, and I'll make sure you get your voucher. So, and it may have just gone to junk mail, and I know it's like trying to go through junk mail. The try, I looked up and saw your comment. I'm just having a squeeze here. Where am I? I've got Lena Nieto Zamihaz. I probably completely messed that up. So I'm just going to call you Lena. So, because I'm not very good with names. Okay. Lena has asked, I'll just pop you on screen there because it actually makes your question larger to me. And I'm going to use Alice. So, we want to know about meeting a love interest. And this time I'm going to actually use the right cards. Like I said, this system is exactly the same. It's just different looks, appearances. Some people love Alice. Some people love the deep, bold colours. So, Lena, she's single and you want to know, will you meet a brand new romantic interest this year? I love it that you've put brand new there because often I'd say to people, don't recycle the past. They were no good in the past and likely no good in the future. So, and it's usually a reason why people separate. So, I'm just putting them down, like I said, at random. Now, let me just have another mouthful of tea. So I'm drinking my cup. My room is full of cats. I've got now the second cat who sat on my chair, so I cannot sit down. Amen. So, Lena, will we meet a brand new romantic interest this year? That is a very yes and no. So we're going to rephrase of what you need to do to bring in romance this year. Now I'm going to start in the house of the heart. And that's only because I know where all these are, because this is a system I designed, created and trademarked because no one else has got this. It was one of my random in the night that's a great idea, Karen, and where I printed it all on cardboard and laminated it and all that things. And my other soul sister who's working today, not here, is Saula Groves. And me and Saula up to the wee night hours, testing. And I actually put it through about 2 years of testing before I put it out to public. So, Heart on the Tower. So when we are looking what you need to do to bring in romance, heart is your love. Tower there would tell me you need to, it literally means climb higher. Tower there is don't be afraid to look or feel. Tower is also a career symbol, which is very interesting because there I would look at it and say, no, don't go fishing off the company pier, as the saying goes, which means don't fall in love with somebody who you work with. But a work card with a heart can tell me two things. You may be literally a workaholic because it's love for the job or the career, but it can mean there is an interesting contact who may be a friend of a friend or a consultant or somebody like that that literally you connect with at a working environment. So, horseshoe, horseshoe, ooh la la. Horseshoe actually tells me, yes, love is coming in. It usually would tell me somebody very quick because it means luck and opportunity. The gates are open. Horseshoe actually often indicates slightly younger male. And if it's not younger in numbers, they got that young, boyish charm and all of that. Most of you who know me there, I've been together with Linus now 34 years. He is old, and I mean old, yet he still thinks he's 35. And he is 70, for those that you don't know. And you wouldn't pick him at that. Star, again, reaching out. I do like it because it tells me there, star is a light source, and it literally means follow the star, like follow North Star. The light is coming. That on top of that would still tell me a person who has great high energy, younger attitude or younger in years will cross your path, and probably faster than you realise. The scales here is don't allow anybody, sorry, I'll just turn your name off so people can see the bottom. The scales here would tell me, don't allow anyone to judge you or who you choose or the relationship itself, because there would tell me judgment's out the window. Scales are balance and equal. Sorry, that way. It's about equality. No one to control over you. So, scales, we got the key. Nice, because it means the doorway is opening. Opportunities. Sword here is, don't be afraid, you hold the power. It's there. When I see a sword on a key, it's almost like somebody sabotages your efforts. And that somebody may even be you, where you might overanalyze the backside out of it and then you talk yourself out of it. I'd say don't allow even your own thoughts to undermine a new doorway. 4 is the sword. Baby, again, new love. Something brings heart joy. And we come back to the heart. These are good for you. And I'd look at this and say, spread your wings a little bit more, wider radius. I'm not going to be surprised whether it's somebody in a working type environment that you do meet a friend of a friend or something like that. And I'm still feeling it's somebody who's a little bit younger than you. So I hope that helps a little bit. Now, oh, hello, Mel. You're glitterific. I just saw you there. Mel wants to know about quitting smoking this time round. I've never been a smoker. I remember when I was in high school when all the cool girls did it behind the gym. And I was there trying to be a cool girl, and I just about coughed up a lung, as they say. So I was no good at smoking. So I stopped, and I must have only been about 12 or 13. And then I looked at it and thought, nah, it's a total waste of money, and I had better things to do. So that's when I decided I shopped a lot. Now I'm going to use my tea cards. So this here is the learner deck. I'll just show you that before we go in. And all my cards have 2 ladies, 2 men. And the learner deck here has keywords in both positives and negatives. This new learner deck too, see how we got little arrows just there? They are about directions, and directions are very important when you are reading bigger readings. There is a lot of cards I would know, Arrow, because we call that a face forwarding card. So I'm going to use Learner Deck. It actually comes with big book. I'll just brief you. Big book has all the relationships, career, financials, keywords, positive, negative, and so on, and general. Okay. It's a 60-something pages, I suppose, I think. So let's have a look, Mel, about quitting smoking. How can you approach this? So I'm going to, and I did a deck edit on this. I'll just show you because a few people have asked me things like that. I actually used just a gold Sharpie. But if you are editing your decks, whether it's mine or others, do it one card at a time, and you use your pen from the back of it, because if you happen to slip, you're on the back and not on the face. But then lay out each card and let them dry overnight. So do it at night time if you're going to do a deck edit. Oops, what are we pulling out? Oh, I like that one, Mel. Eagle means, again, strong. I look at that actually as really good willpower. So let's have a look. My favourite is, I should put this in my books. It's good for short questions, and I'm just laying them out like so. So will you, or how we're going to approach quitting the smoking? Key here is start it, literally, open the door. It's time. We then look at these 3 on, these are more movement. How can I explain? That's a key point. key, I know, pardon the pun. The 3 across the middle are about the workings or what you need to do. And these 2 are your outcome cards. So key here would tell me, don't delay, start it, because it's usually very fast. Here in how we approach it, it's interesting we got the book, because it means learning, study, discovery. It's all this good stuff, see? Here, I probably can't focus on it. And it means, though, again, look at your long-term journeys, but it means start workings on it. It can even come right down to the very literal of distractions. Start studying something, start learning. And actually, I've got something you can study. Get back into your courses. And I'm going to smack. The frog here would tell me, yes, it's not easy, and you may literally be like a tennis ball back and forth, but it does often indicate stretch yourself a little further. The mask here is, again, look at all the other things that is you, not just the smoking side of it. Mask is revealing a new you. It means lower the veil, as I would say, remove the barrier that's between you and the target of what you want. Your outcome here, now this here, I would say, is a tough outcome because you've got the mouse. Here would indicate to me you're a stress smoker, and it's like I'm a stress eater. And I look at that and say, don't fall victim to the stress or the pressure. The fact that the camel is here tells me you started this journey, keep going. Don't let any stresses, any insignificant minor stuff interfere with your target. I'm just going to draw a random. Let's see, question mark, you keep doubting yourself. And when I look at that, it's like, are you setting yourself up to fail at this target before you even start? And I'd look at that there and say, stop self-sabotaging you. Let's try, because again, I'm just going to grab whatever, random, mountain, you. It's you, darling. You are the barrier. I know, growl at me, but there would tell me, it's your self-sabotaging that undoes you. But you've got to here look at new you, because your workings here would tell me certainly work on new you. I hope that helps a little bit, and sorry I'm blunt, and sorry I'm mean, mother, because I know I can be a mean mother. So I'm just picking up cards with a few randoms, because I don't want them sticking together. So we go there. All right. Let me just have a look. Let me have a look. Stress smoking. Yeah, I'm a stress eater. That's why I'm fat. My stresses are food. Now, let me just have a quick look through here. Oh, bugger. Yes, Brandy, go back to it to have a look at your reading. It's very interesting. Okay, she is with you. Your voice in your head. When I say that, Randy, to people, I'm sure they think I'm absolutely losing it. It's like, no, I'm not losing it. It's just voices that I hear. Now I'm just coming back up my thread. I've got Ronaldo Ryan. What's important for you? Hang on, I just want to bring it up there. What's important for you to know between now and the next 3 months, and whatever wants you to know. Okay, where am I? Where's one of my other mats? I've got another one. I'm actually going to use my teacup mat. This here is a teacup mat. Again, the new mats are in Jersey. There is only a couple of the original rubber ones left. This is a new design mat, and you can see it's the same as my big table mat. This here is a teacup reading without a teacup, without the need for the beverage. Hang on, I'll just take that down. Hang on. up there. So it's like we're looking down into a cup. It is a reversible mat. There's the handle, there's the saucer, and these are symbols inside a cup. These dots around here are timing dots, and we look at timing dots because a cup generally holds 12 months of time. I don't like to look at a cup and say what's in 5 years because it allows too much outside influence. The cup will hold 12 months. We use these, if you look at it 12 months, you'd go 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, like a clock. When we use this mat for general readings, or if you've got a client and so on, we scatter charms here first, and it will land on all these major topic areas. So, but you have specific your 3 months. So we divide up the empty cup. Now I'm actually dividing this cup into 3. Good old knitting needles. I did used to knit like a whole lifetime ago. So we are now looking at month 1, month 2, month 3. So that's how you use a teacup without a teacup. Let's have, I'm using my big tip, so let's have a look. Month 1, month 2, month 3. Okay, so I just have a mouthful of my tea. Okay, month 1. Don't you love this? It's actually a little book, even with the pages inside it, and it's leather bound with the heart. I'll just turn these over so you can see what they are. Here, it's a bit hard to see. It's actually a rocking chair. Now, chair is about comfort. Rocking chair, there is, yes, relaxation and comfort. But a rocking chair is movable, which tells me time, sorry, it sounds blunt, but it's like time to get out of the easy chair and look at some of the things that you have been probably contemplating about for too long, or procrastination, and get out there and do them. Skull and bones, everybody sees toxic poison and so on. It's actually about headspace. And when I look at skull and crossbones in a chair, it's almost like you're overthinking some matters. Interesting you've got a book and an owl, because owl is use your wisdom, your knowledge. It's the sight, the inner sight that you have. Very, very intelligent bird. You have, and it's always known as the study symbol, the knowledge, the schooling, the learning. And yet you've got a book, which tells me, is there something that you need to actually do to learn in order to get out of the comfort zone? You've actually got the jumping frog, and the frog there would tell me, stretch your legs that little bit further. You'll be very surprised at where you land. And a frog never jumps into the fire. Again, frog, it's like you're sitting on a leaf and you're floating up and down the stream thinking, when am I going to find dry ground? There would tell me, stop overthinking it. Get out and do something here that you are really ready to learn and embrace. Your second months, we have the cog. It's actually the corkscrew. You've got the little fox and we've got the cat. Second month, cog here again means put in hard works, and it can be very interesting because cats are often female entities, and in my charms I've got a white cat and I've got a black cat, and the white cat, again as female, would indicate here putting in a bit of effort around a female. You've also got the fox, which is to do with work or career. Again, be tenacious in your attitude, achievement, what it is you truly want. Corkscrew I do like because it tells me there's some good celebrations with people. Very nice. Third month, you've got passport. Gosh, I wish we could travel, but we can't. Passport is the journey, and it often means preparing for the journey. You've got the coin, which would just tell me, though, mind your financials a little bit more. The fan here is a geisha fan, different than a ceiling fan or a pedestal fan that you cool down. Geisha fan is, again, discretion, and it means where you are looking at something but you're not looking at it with total full view. And there would tell me, don't be afraid to look at something in full view. You've also got the yoga pose, which again is relaxation, body, mind and soul. So there's your 3 months, Ronaldo. Let me just have a look, because my back is aching, and I think I'm only going to grab one more, and then I'll have to call it a day because my back is killing me and I can't sit down because there's a big fat cat sitting on the chair behind me, and it's really bad because when you have cats or dogs, they rule the house. So let me just have a look. Brandy, I've seen yours. Hello, Liz. Lovely to see you. Join me. Let me just go down. Patty, Talk 42. Will I be going to, hang on, I'll just bring that up there. Will I be going to someplace warm, maybe Florida for the winter? So you live in Chicago. So Chicago, from what I know, is more inland. So I imagine it gets pretty chilly there. I'll just write your name down here because I don't want to call you Talk 42. So we're going to use curiosity. So let's have a look. I love playing with new toys. Right, I get my curiosity mat. So will we be looking someplace warm for the winter? I've never been to Florida or Chicago. It's one of those bucket lists. I'd always said I'd like to walk on a California beach, which I've done, but also a Florida beach. I wouldn't mind doing that. So it's a long way for us from here because I'm based in Australia, and it's for us to get to US, it's a 15-hour flight just from Melbourne to LA, and then all the other connecting flights. Because I know when we travelled through to New York, it was 21 hours, which is total madness. And it's very exhausting. So you need like 2 days after then just to try and recover from the jet lag. Okay, so looking at Florida, warm places, I'm actually going to start in the house of the house because then that is about our living home comforts, living arrangement. So you got your cross. That's an interesting one because it tells me that there may be some detours, a few issues before you get there. Keep thinking, have the faith within yourself. Whoops, where am I? You got the sword. Sword, again, is a very tough card. Now, looking at that would tell me there's a few challenges before you can actually get to the warmth or the places in Florida as such. Scales here, I actually like that because if we're talking about a residence, scales often mean balance first, but it means financial, legal, documents and obligations. And when I see that there, it would tell me you are overcoming the hurdles in order to sign a contract. It's like you're signing a lease or some sort of short-term contract. So what's on here? Heart. Nice. About time we saw something really nice. And there would tell me somewhere that you are, yes, excited, very grateful for, but it does, it's like make the heart shine, sing, joy. So a joyful contract. Baby actually here too is good. That's interesting because it would tell me you are likely to move, but it could be rather small for you, but who cares if you're in the warmth. Does do means baby steps, new beginnings. Spider here would tell me just don't get caught up with other people's crap, basically, because it means think creatively outside the box, which I can see you're doing in these two. So weave your magic. The ladder, yes, going forward. It is, again, where you're starting at ground level and you are moving upwards, not downwards. The camel here again, overcoming obstacles. It would indicate too somewhere that's actually hot and dry, literally. 5, the star, put it out there. And again, dreams, wishes, light source, stars, beautiful. We have the bats, again, would tell me remove any negative entities that have been hanging around for you. But it's also interesting because when we're looking at property, like I hear all sorts of voices, they would tell me it's like look for a hideaway. And I don't mean somewhere dark and gloomy like a cave, but it's like you need that secret garden hideaway place for you. It's like you're tucked away somewhere a bit different. Celebrations is good because it would still tell me good things, good cheer. The ship here again, slow, long change. So it's like you've got a few obstacles to get through. The cane also, though, would still tell me you need a bit of push and support in wanting this. The castle, again, dealing with large public places, real estates, documents, agreements as such. So, horseshoe on the move. I like to see a move card, finally one that moves fast. So I'd still say you're getting through some issues. And once you've got it all set in concrete, you are moving through a lot faster. Keys mean the keys literally to a new door of opportunity. And we come back to house. I'd look at these and say, yes, you will, but you've got to get through some tricky stuff first. And it's almost like tidying up some matters, getting things sorted and organised. Keep that mindset and the heart. What's going to give you joy is the warmer climate. But it's like you're going to some sort of little tucked away hideaway. So I hope that helps a little bit. And thanks for joining me from Chicago. I'm just sort of seeing some of those comments, Brandy. She was a quilter. Amazing. And I hope you've got some of her quilts and have them hanging on the wall. So that's really, really lovely. Let me just have a look. And thank you, Lena, for joining me. I just saw something there. Let me just go. Where was it? Mel, you hussy. You're going to take a younger guy in a heartbeat. You hussy. Marie Calucci. You're lucky last. So want to know how son Jesse is going to get the job before the end of the year. So let me just get these out of the way. And we will use a card deck. Hang on. Come here. Come here. All right. Put those away. Put those away. I'm trying to be tidy, which I'm very disorganised. Most people say, no way. And I'm thinking, yes way. I get very disorganised. I'm going to use Royal Tea. Royal Tea, this is from Marie Calucci. I'll just take the banner off the bottom and click on that. So Royal Tea again has 2 ladies, 2 men in every deck. So I'll just pop those out. I actually take out the people cards when I am doing specific reasons. And someone said to me one time, why do you do that? And I said, because too many people assimilate a people card, a person card, to someone that they know in the picture, which could be like a father figure, a brother, or what have you. So this is Royal Tea, which is a lovely, it films beautifully for anyone who does online readings. You can see it actually photographs really well, and I do often use it with my video reads. So let's have a look. Now, what's your son, Jesse? I love the name, beautiful. So Here is fish. Fish is good. So it does tell me about good crowd support. It is a good luck and abundance sign. Yes, it is pointing away, which tells me the one he may be going for may not be the right one, because fish there would tell me he's got a lot of contacts, a lot of networking to do, but it is a good luck sign. Here, what is he going to do here? The hourglass there is a little bit like he's going, yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, or plucking the daisies of he loves me not. And when I see this, it does tell me he needs some stillness. And it's like, stop rushing things, because hourglass is very fast timing, and it means slow down, don't rush at the first thing that he sees. And look, it may be if he starts one job, because this is interesting, he may literally only be there short term and he'll go to another. The bat here would tell me he's very smart, very intelligent young man, and it's really important that he sees these qualities in himself. He's got the scales, which in work questions would tell me signing an agreement or documents, workplace contracts and so on. The frog and the tent. Frog here would tell me he gets restless, probably very easily, and this is fast and so is this. And there would tell me, though, it's really important that he pushes in, puts himself out there that little bit more, and he will be very surprised. Tent here, though, would still tell me he's likely, yes, to get a job, but one is short term, because the tent is like throwing a blanket over you. It's nice and cozy and warm, but it can't stay like that forever. And there would tell me he's likely to jump into either contract work or a short-term role before he's ready. And I come back to this one as the really big card here, because it tells me think outside the box of what he wants and where he's going. I'd look at that and say he'll probably look at a short-term role before he gets into a settled role. Now I'm just going to spread these, and I'm just going to grab at random. Question mark. How is he going with his confidence? Because question mark is often a symbol that indicates he can be probably even a little bit pulled back or a little bit shy, because it means it's the confidence card. Go in, hold head high, and go with great gusto and confidence in how he feels. I just want to have a look on the bat. He's got the tunnel and the light, which still tells me there's something good for his long term that's out there. So getting a job soon, I would say yes, he's likely to, but it won't be a long-term climb the ladder goal. So I hope that helps everybody, and thank you so much for joining me here today. New beginnings. I'm not sure what the Honesty is Best policy is about, but hey, you hear voices in your head all the time. You're like me. I think I'm going nuts sometimes. Like I said, I'm not sure if you've joined me here, somebody there, and if you buy combined goods, because I've seen a big order come through this morning from someone, and it may look like you have ridiculous shipping amounts, I just want you to know that when we do combined orders, we only take the shipping amount that it is and we refund the rest. Because someone's placed a very large order this morning and it looks like $100 Australian in shipping, that person's going to get a lovely big refund for the extra that they had paid in shipping. So as far as honesty goes there, yes, that's what we do. So because I'm not about taking everyone's dollars there, we only use what is required and we refund the rest. So thanks everyone for joining me here today. This is the Alphabet Astro Mat. It comes with the sheet of information, what the symbols are. It also has a 50% off voucher. These are new little spoon pendulums that came in yesterday. Royal Tea, that's the learner deck. What else have I got? The blue is Curiosity, Magic and Mystery, I call that. And that comes with cards, mat, some little charms and dice. What's the other one? That's my reversible teacup mat. And Curiosity also comes in Alice. So there is some toys that you've had today. We played. So I just want to say thank you everyone for joining me. And this is why I can't sit down. And this is Mummy Cat. And she loves to join us with these readings. Heavens knows why, but she just likes the energy, I think, in this room. So thank you everyone for joining me today. Bye for now.